How prepared are you for this coming winter and the requirements it may have on you and your household? Good morning and welcome to the Shielded Prepper. This channel is committed to information that'll expand a prepared mind. And welcome back to the shed, and there's an interesting little topic that we are going to discuss today, and it's all around this coming winter. Right now is a fantastic time to begin to acquire things that maybe have been put off through the enjoyment of summer, and now's the time for us to get back into some of these basic preps that once we have them will give us peace of mind as our heads hit the pillow. I was outside working this morning and it happened again. I buy these gloves from Costco. They're really nice gloves, and I shot my finger just working, just normal. You know, you can tell when you're wearing out the fingertips on your gloves that you've been doing some labor. So always having new gloves is going to be really important. And today we're going to be talking not only about having new gloves and having these ready to go, and have extras. Have enough for many people in your family, or for those that come over if there ever was a situation. Having lots of gloves is super valuable, and you can buy inexpensive ones, small ones, big ones. Having extra gloves right now, it's a blessing. In addition to that, I walked inside of the shed this morning as we're getting prepared to talk, and I was just reading in scripture and spending some time with the Lord and thinking about the rest of the day as well, because like many of you, we too have very full-time lives and businesses in addition to the time we spend watching YouTube. Yet I came in and I have about 8 of these. You know, the normal 1 pound propane, super awesome. These are great to have. Yet they're all empty. And the reason I've been collecting these, and I probably have more of them lying around, is because I intend on refilling them. And it started this conversation around propane, and its leverage and its value. Propane is an awesome storable prep. It lasts far longer than gasoline. It's easily portable. It lasts for a long time if managed proper, and it can do 3 important things. It can light things up. Actually, it's 4 important things. It can light things up, it can cook things, it can heat things, and it can power things. You can run generators off propane, lanterns like the one you see behind me here, cooking, like we're going to talk about in a second, heating. If you don't own a Mr. Buddy, I'd own 2. I really would. I use these. I'm thinking about it now, and I'm putting on a flannel because I like to wear flannel in the mornings, because by noon here it's getting too warm right now, and I'm in a t-shirt. Yet when I came in here, I also remember just a few months back when we first started this channel, and I was recording in this same spot in sub 20 degree temperatures, and it was just like my breath was freezing. You may have saw that video, filtered or unfiltered or something like that. I don't remember what I was talking about. Yet right now, propane is something that if you choose to engage with it right now and to get it topped off and begin to add some of these other features. Okay, one thing that I did notice, we recently went camping 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks, I don't know, something like that. Took my sons camping, and it was nice out during the day, and boy, did it get cold at night under the canopy of these trees where we were staying. I brought 2. I'm like, we're not going to use more than 2. It's not. I had lots of blankets, and I kind of threw it together last minute, and I did a video on it a couple weeks back that I was ill prepared, and a lot of it had to do with these accessories. For instance, I brought 2 of these with me. I used more than one in that first night running the Mr. Buddy. I required one that had more output. So I have a smaller one that would be great inside of a vehicle. You can run these inside of a car. They have anti-tip brackets. You can put them inside of a tent or small space or inside of a bedroom. They're really a really cool tool, preparedness tool. Yet I was frustrated with these because I burned up the last one on the last night, and I just had to stack the kids full. I ended up putting just all sorts of stuff on top of them, and we were fine. Yet in perpetuity, having these things is really, it really protects us. So I purchased this a couple months back. I didn't take it thinking I wouldn't require it, and I hadn't filled it up yet. These were ready to go, these small cans. So I just grabbed them. So that's where they're really valuable. You can grab and go. This here is equivalent to 5 of these. And this is great because this would survive an entire night or several nights. It's equivalent to 5. It comes in this insulated case, and it's just a small keg. And many of you have seen these. These are just like a 5-pound keg, something like that. Yet they're a propane tank, and they can power multiple things. So being able to use this rather than the large tanks, sometimes those might be easier just to throw in your car because maybe you don't have room for those large, I guess they're 20-pound tanks, 30-pound tanks, something like that. Yet what's also great about this is that when you're inside of a room where it's warm, these begin to condensate. This is designed for the propane tank to stay inside of this case, zipped closed all the way around, with just the hose coming out, and then inside of your whatever, your heater or your cooktop or whatever you're using. So it allows it to stay in here so you don't get any condensate. It has this great, and this is a heavy duty canvas exterior with, I guess, just some vinyl whatever on the top here, but you can wipe it down. It's cleanable. It has this really nice heavy duty strap on it so that you can hang it. So if you wanted to get it up off of the ground or put it up somewhere so it's higher and you're running your cord down. So that makes it really nice, and it stays inside of here. It's lighter, it's more portable, yet it's one step up from these. Whoop, sorry, bumped my camera. One step up from these. That being said, propane allows leverage with, and to tell you the cost on this, I don't remember. It may have been $100. It was rather pricey, yet I wasn't purchasing it for the volume. I was purchasing it for the portability and the value of portability. Fair? Okay. In addition to that, I picked this up at a garage sale for like, I don't know, $5 or something. I don't even remember. And it probably costs, and this is a manifold, or they call it a, what do they call it on here? A cylinder connection system or something like that, but it's a manifold for propane. You can do 3 things on here. The top section is for your lantern, so you can screw that right on top of your propane tank coming off of this manifold. You can heat with the lower one or these next two, and you can cook with the other. So you can run 3 things. So you can light your tent or your RV or your car or wherever you're at that you require some light, maybe in the shed. I'd run these heaters here in the shed and feel very safe with it. So this is a great thing to own, is having a manifold system that you can run multiple things, because maybe you have a propane generator and you want to cook off of that same line. Those just add value. Okay, last thing. Actually, no, second to last thing. This here is a propane tank refill adapter. And I purchased this on Amazon. I don't know if you can see all that. Anyway, propane tank refill adapter. How this would work is like any traditional propane tank, we would screw that on to the large portion of the propane tank. And then you would simply take your canister, your empty 1-pound canister, screw it onto the adapter on the other end, turn it upside down, the whole tank. So the big tank would be up high, so you may have to be holding that or have it blocked up on something. With the big tank up high and the small tank down below, then you would open the valve and begin to fill it. So there's certain ways that you have to do that. I haven't done this yet. I know I can do it, and this is the tool that can make it happen, which is why I've kept these. So let's maybe do an intentional video on another one where I'll refill these and show you how, if you haven't been shown how to do that. Okay, last thing. This is a Mr. Buddy system. I'm going to step on this side. This is a Mr. Buddy system. So I don't know if you can see down here. Let me bring you down. So right here, this is a cook heater. So this is the Mr. Buddy cooker that can connect right to this. So this system here is heat and cook. This gives off a little bit of light. It glows, yet it's not really bright. So these 2 systems can work together. And you can screw this right into the back of this particular Mr. Buddy. And it has a cord that would connect to your propane tank. And I know this may seem really elementary, yet hear me here. This is really important even for basics. And if we, as educated, preparedness-minded people, don't think about basics, we're going to fail. The basics are really important, even for us that understand what the basics are. Water, food, heat, power, protection, medical, shelter. Then add. Okay, so in here, this has a port that this would connect to. So this would have a line that would connect to this port here, and you'd be able to run your heat and your cooking at the same time, as well as be able to connect it to your 5-pound tank or your 20-pound tank. These are really awesome tools to own so that if you had to leave quickly or you were going someplace, you have a system that allows it to be a bit more simple. So that being said, I don't know where I was, but somewhere in there. At any rate, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I encourage you to think about propane and propane accessories. These things are wonderful to own, and they're necessary when it comes time. And if any of you, I'll tell you about this. You everyone looking at this? So this is a 1910 Monarch lamp, oil lamp. And it still works. Everything functions. It's a little rusty. Found it on a real estate deal from a 80-year-old woman that I helped, Jeanette Hubbard. She was wonderful. And it was her grandmother's lantern. So think about the age on that. So I don't know how old it is, but if it was made 1910 and it had some sort of stamp, I don't know if that's when Monarch started yet. I would like to call this pretty near 100 years old. So other than that, have an awesome day, guys. Look for little things that you can add to your preps that still work. These old oil lamps are fun to take and to break out and use once in a while. Try your stuff out. Good morning and welcome
to the show proper.
Yeah! Gotta send him out. Ready? Go and give him a... You gotta say, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.